When the first team of professional cave diving rescuers entered the cave, they discovered something entirely different. The cave structure remained intact. There were no major rockfalls, no blocked passages, and no evidence whatsoever of a collapse. The real problem was that massive amounts of sediment were still suspended throughout the cave. As the search continued, rescuers eventually found the missing diver's equipment lodged in a narrow crevice. Then, not far from the entrance, at a depth of around 13 meters, they found the missing diver himself. By then, there were no signs of life. Afterward, the National Speleological Society analyzed the accident. According to their findings, the two divers became separated in the silted-out water. The rear diver mistakenly believed the cave had collapsed and returned to the surface. Meanwhile, the lead diver, overwhelmed by panic, accidentally entered a side passage and desperately pushed deeper into it. The passage was so narrow that he became trapped at the entrance and could no longer move. As the air supply in his tank dwindled, his panic intensified. In desperation, he made a bold decision. He removed his diving equipment, freed himself from the constricted passage, took a deep breath, and attempted to swim back to the surface on a single breath. Reality, however, was unforgiving. The sediment had not settled, and he quickly lost his sense of direction. Soon he felt a burning sensation in his lungs. Then, icy water rushed into his mouth and nose, feeling like countless frozen needles piercing his throat and nasal passages. Instinctively, he tried to inhale, but instead swallowed a mouthful of water. His body began sinking uncontrollably. His arms and legs thrashed wildly, yet found nothing to grab onto. Before long, his struggles became weaker and weaker. Slowly, his body drifted toward the bottom. Then, everything became still. What truly caused the tragedy was not a sudden environmental change, but a series of preventable human errors. First, neither diver was certified for cave diving, yet both entered a completely unfamiliar cave environment. Second, they failed to deploy a guideline. In cave diving, a guideline is the only true lifeline. Its purpose is not merely to assist navigation, it defines the boundary between life and death.